Well, how's it going? Finally. It's great to get a bit of heat in your bones. I haven't done this in a long time, and I've got a funny feeling that by the time I'm finished this today, I'll remember the reason why I haven't done this in a long time. But there's so much going on today that I just kind of thought that it would be good to show you the realistic start of first cut. So I am going to go and visit absolutely everybody that is working here today, and we have literally bodies absolutely everywhere, and I mean everywhere. So I'm here in Castledurg. This is the first one. This is Alex. I am pretty sure Alex is going to be very glad to kind of get into a field like this. Alex has had quite a rough run of ploughing. Ploughing in general for us this year has not been easy. It's been very, very sore in the ploughs. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it has been all the rain and has risen the water table and has pushed an awful lot of stones up. But I mean, some of the stones and rocks and boulders that we have been hoking out this year have been absolutely madness, and I've lost count how many times I've been sent on park runs to get points and reversible bearings and everything else. So I am sure he is delighted to get a nice job like this. So that is the first one done. Let's go and see who else we can find. I know that there is a mower en route to this farm as well, but whether he's here or not yet, I'm not sure. So today is Thursday and we are under pressure. So we have 900 acre or slightly over it just to go in between now and close of play on Saturday. So it's, what is it, 1:30 on Thursday. So yeah, as always, there's no easing into first cut. You are just hell for leather, all guns blazing. Now the problem that we kind of have, I suppose, really is the fact that we are still under an awful lot of pressure trying to get maize finished, barley sowed, and just a load of other things kind of tidied up. So all this week has been absolute bedlam. It has been absolute bedlam. We have been flat out with all the maize drills this week. We have been flat out sowing barley. The one pass and then the big Vaderstad has both been flat out, and I've found them. Yay! And then as well as that, we've been scanning cows, and we also have had to do a TB test at home. A TB test at this time of year is the absolute last thing that we need. So the vets were there on Tuesday doing the test, and then it's the reading then tomorrow. So fingers crossed. Right, so we have found the second lot. So these boys are just out here par-harring ahead of Lyle. So this is where he is coming next. So we are leaving Castledurg now, and we are heading over to Barnescourt. We are hopefully just starting to lift some first cut. That's the next stop. So that is Christopher. He's actually going to the place that we have just left, so we've just missed him, but we will maybe catch up with him again at some stage. now to silage. I am trying to count. There's 2 trailers have left. There's another 1, 2, 3, 4 here at the minute in the field. But what do you think of the new harvester? So that is the new 1180. She came up the road yesterday evening. So yeah, they don't get much time to sit about and look pretty. In actual fact, she drove into the yard and was nosed into the furthest away corner, away out of the road, for everything else to get sorted out last night before they even thought about getting her going. There's just something about the noise of a new Holland, isn't there? I'm not entirely sure if it's good or if it's bad, but it's definitely something. There's something about it. The first day out with new kit is always, it's always quite nerve-wracking because you just don't know. Like Philly's on there probably thinking to himself, is this 1180 going to be as good as the last one? She was brilliant. She never skipped a beat at all. Like she was just like our 630, as good an advert as you would ever want for a harvester. So 880 has already had her sort of bit of a run in already. So she was out last week lifting. She is at home getting ready to go all hell's guns blazing tomorrow. Like I said earlier on, we have about 900 acre or so to have in by close of play on Saturday night. And we don't really like working late on Saturday night, so yeah, they will be pushing really hard to try and get a lot of stuff in. Right, where am I going now? Maize drills. We have made it to maize drill number 1. We are just outside Clady, and Craig is just refilling his seed and putting on a lot more plastic, so whenever he runs out halfway across the field, then he doesn't have to come back here and get replenished. We have a man stuck over here, which I don't know what's going on. But yeah, it's all good fun, all great crack. Craig's complaining that it's far too warm, and to be fair, whenever you are standing out here like it is roasting, but we will not complain. If only every field was like this one. It's 23 acres in one field. Craig is on a mission now to get that done tonight. So what time are we now? 20 to 4. Might be a wee late one for these boys too. But yeah, that's Craig and Ryan over there as well in the Parahara. Haven't really seen very much of any of these boys. They have been away at silly o'clock in the morning and haven't been back until very late at night, if at all. They're probably just taking everything home with them, I think, at this stage in the game. But Maze is going good. Maze is definitely, it feels like there's no end to it, because there's still an awful lot left to do, but everything has been good. Like everything is nice, and definitely the drier that the soil gets, the more pleasurable it is. So the next couple of stops are going to be maze drills, because, well, Craig's here, Kyle and Tiernan are next. I'm hopefully going to catch them on the way home. Johnny is sewing, I think, and then who else? Oh, Adam, my husband. Terrible that you forget about your husband. But yeah, so he is down in Ballykelly. So we're kind of halfway and seeing everybody, so no pressure. This is Craig just setting his sort of markers. That first stripe is always the important one. And Derry's out with a drill, so I don't know what that means, but that's one thing about planting maize. Anybody that thinks it is a nice, pleasurable, pleasant job, it is, I wouldn't say far from it, but it definitely it's a very dirty and very dusty job. You're in and out of the tractor all the time. Like, you never get a minute's peace. Just between making sure that the drills are set right and you're putting everything out right. But it is quite a labour intensive job. But we are well used to it now. We are well used to it. So I have gathered up 2 helpers, and we are now over it with the second maze drill here. Now, I do need to warn you, there is some nudity in this field. So we have maze drill number 2, that is the 2 row. This ground has been in an awful lot of our videos before, and is ground that we have had now in maze for, goodness, it could be 4 or 5 years, I'm sure. But it always does very well up here, so this is a great block of ground that we are lucky enough to be able to rent on our doorstep. So this is where they have been, and then this one here is their last fill. I'm hitting these boys at a bad time whenever they are getting more seed and plastic and stuff, but they're tired. They have been working very, very hard the past couple of days. All week, actually, to be fair. They have been working very, very long hours and late nights, early starts, so they'll be glad to see the weekend coming in, I would say. But yeah, still quite a nice evening so far. It's just gone 5 o'clock, and that is them done. So there are 2 more sets out somewhere, and they are down towards Lamavati, so we will go and see if we can get them gathered up. So we're at our final destination. Now, I haven't got everybody today. I have missed out one or two of them, I think. Just because they're just moving about far too fast and I'm running out of time. The other rake is actually also out this evening. It is just on the upper side of Ballykelly, and it is just raking up grass that we are coming to lift first thing tomorrow morning. So yeah, the next couple of days are going to be very, very, very busy, let's just say. But that is actually the new rake, now wing-peed. So just trying to get everything kind of tied up and get as much done as possible in the daylight hours. I haven't heard any news about how anybody else is getting on, but I would imagine everybody is still pushing on right now. I have two kids just in to see their daddy in this tractor just before we go home and get ready for tomorrow. I have no idea what time we're starting to test at again, so it could be an early enough wee start for us. Over the course of today, you've probably seen some different tractors and fields. So here at the minute with Adam, this is work we're doing here for McCollum. So they are happy enough to put on a power harrow in front of the maize drill, which is brilliant for us because it frees up a tractor and a man for us that we can get sent to another job. We also have McKelvey's hired in as well just to cart that silage in the Valtra, and then the case that you seen earlier on as well is from another local contractor, Trevor Black, who is just hired in just to try and get us keep going and ahead of the maize drills and the sowers, just to try and get read up, which at the minute is never ending. It just doesn't look as if it is going to end, but whenever the weather is good, we are happy enough just to kind of keep pressing on and getting the work done, really. I have absolutely no idea how long this video is going to be or how short it's going to be, but I suppose it kind of gives you a wee bit of an indication just to how far and wide we go and how thin on the ground we can spread ourselves whenever we are busy. I suppose the good thing is that between silage, sowing and maize, there has been an awful lot of acres covered today, and that is just what we strive to do all the time to the best of our ability. And yeah, listen, I hope that you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and no doubt there will be another video made, I would say, this weekend at some stage. Whenever there's that much going on and that much pressure, it would be a shame to miss out. But listen, I will I'll keep you in the loop anyway, and as I say, thanks again and see you soon.